Welcome to another ComfyUI episode. Today, I will show you how I trained a few LoRAs online. For example, I trained this girl in just a few minutes, and you can see that she is quite consistent. I will also show you how to convert the LoRA so it is compatible with ComfyUI, since many people do not tell you that some LoRAs trained online do not work in ComfyUI as they are. For another LoRA, I trained this game-like painting style, and I also got good results. I will share this LoRA with you as well, so you can play around with it. But first, let me tell you why I chose online training instead of local training, since I know many of you asked for local training. Both methods have advantages and disadvantages. Yes, local training is free, but it also needs a lot of VRAM if you want a good quality LoRA. It takes more time and has more complex settings, so during that time, I cannot use my computer for work. That is why I prefer to pay $3 for a LoRA training and have that LoRA trained while I am working on my tutorials. It only takes around 8 minutes to train at maximum quality, with no complex settings to choose from. Many of you do not have more than 16 gigabytes of VRAM anyway, so you may not be able to train locally and will end up using online training. But I understand that some advanced users want local LoRA training. For those users, I recommend Ostrus AI Toolkit. The creator of the tool also has a YouTube channel where he explains the settings quite well. Even if I struggled to explain all the settings for local training, I would not understand the program as well as the person who created it. And you know me, I want things to be simple and fast. You also know that I am a fan of open source. It is just that, for the work I do, local training means more work for me, and that is why I prefer online training. Let me start first with a style LoRA. I have 20 images here that use the same style. You can use AI to generate those images or use your own style. It is quite easy to generate them with Nano Banana. When a LoRA is trained, it looks for patterns. So the style needs to be consistent and similar so the AI can recognize those patterns. I like this digital painting style. And I remember back in the day when I did digital painting, how long it actually took to paint something like this and how difficult it was. That is why I want to create this art style easily with Krea 2. Usually, you need between 10 and 30 images, so I chose something in the middle and used 20 images. It worked well for me. For the online training platform, I used the Fall AI website. I also tried this when Krea 2 was released, but it did not work in ComfyUI, and I thought I had chosen the wrong settings. In fact, the Fall website did not make the LoRA compatible with ComfyUI, only with their own platform. They should have at least warned users that it does not work as it is, but now I have found a solution for that, as you will see in a few minutes. Since I want to keep things quick and simple, I will not use complex LoRA settings. The images should be named in order, like 1, 2, and so on. You can also include captions if you want more control. For example, maybe you want a certain pose or certain clothing to be triggered by specific words. You can include the captions in TXT format using the same file name. So, if the image is named 01.jpg, the caption should be named 01.txt. But I did not use any captions. So instead of adding a zip file, I just clicked on Add Image. Then I used Ctrl+A to select all the images, clicked Open, and it added all the images to the Fall AI website. For the trigger word or phrase, I like to use something unique. You can ask ChatGPT for ideas based on the LoRA you want to create. I will use QuestPaint 26. The 26 comes from this year, so the trigger word is more unique, and I can also remember when I created it. They also offer an auto caption option, but I'm not sure if they charge more for it or if it works correctly, so I left it turned off since I already know what I want. For the number of steps, it depends on how many images you use, but I used 1,000 steps. That means the training will cost me $3. If you use more steps, it will cost more, but more does not necessarily mean better because the LoRA can become overtrained and less flexible. For me, 1,000 steps with 20 images worked well. For the resolution, I chose the highest size available for better LoRA quality. For the learning rate, I will use a different value instead of the default one. It is a little difficult to edit the value here, and I think there may be a bug in the interface. You can try moving the slider, but it is probably easier to copy and paste the value. It should be 10, then the dot, followed by 3 zeros, and ending with 1. as you can see here. So, to recap, I uploaded 20 images for the style, added a unique trigger word, used 1,000 steps, and selected the highest resolution available. You can see how much credit I have here, and after the training, I will have $3 less. Now I will press Start to begin the training. It shows here that the training has started, and now it says In Progress. You can also see my previously trained LoRAs. When they are ready, they have a Show Files button that displays the final LoRA file, so you can download it. I will come back when it is ready. It looks like it took around 8 minutes to generate this LoRA, which is quite fast. I'm clicking on Show Files, and here is the final LoRA. Click Download, then go to the Models folder inside ComfyUI and look for the LoRAs folder. I created this Krea 2 folder to keep everything organized. I can rename the file to include my trigger word. I can also add Krea 2 at the beginning so I know which model it is for, and then save it. Now you can see how many credits I have left, so it costs $3 to train a style LoRA in 8 minutes. But before I test it, let me show you how to train a character LoRA, since many of you are interested in influencers and similar characters. This is the Pixaroma. Since it is harder to get many photos of a single character, I used only 16 images in this case. In fact, I started with one image and used AI to create the rest, but it will work better with real images. I used Nano Banana in Google Flow for free to generate the other poses. Basically, I created many portrait images of her in different poses and different outfits, so the AI can recognize that the pattern I want to keep is her face. If she wears the same clothes in every image, you will probably get the same clothes in the generated images because the AI will also recognize that as part of the pattern. I wanted to be able to use any outfit, which is why I added variation in the clothing. Most of the images are portraits, and only a few show the full body. Now, on the Fall AI website, I repeat the same steps. I select all 16 images with Ctrl+A, and then I click Open, scroll down, and add the trigger word. I replace some letters to make it more unique. Then for steps, I used 700 in this case. You can try between 700 and 1000. Then I selected the maximum resolution, and for learning rate, I used the same as before, 0.0001, but I will share a file with these settings so you can copy and paste them, and then you can start the training. I already did that a while back, but I did not know why it did not work in ComfyUI. So let me open ComfyUI and show you. First, I will add a version check to see what version of ComfyUI I have and what version of Pixaroma nodes I have. Yours should be the same or a newer version. If they are older, it might not work. If you have Easy Installer, you can easily update both Easy Installer and ComfyUI from the launcher. I added a Krea 2 workflow here. We already talked about it in detail in episodes 24 and 25, so I will not repeat that again. I will just show you what is new. I added a download link for both the FP8 and Int8 models, so you can decide what you want to use. For me, Int8 is faster. That is why I used Int8 in the Load Diffusion model node. I also added a link here to one of my LoRAs, the one with the digital painting style, so you can test the workflow with a LoRA. So let me go to the Power LoRA Loader node and select a different LoRA from the list, the one we created. But as you can see, there are a lot of LoRAs. We can filter them from here, but there is an easier method. If you have the RG3 node installed, you should have this Settings button. So you can open Settings, and then you have this AutoNest subdirectories in Menus option. You can turn it on, and for number of items, I usually put 2 there, and then I save it. Now when I go back to the LoRA list, you can see how nicely it is organized in subfolders, so it is much easier to find things. If I go to the Krea 2 folder, I can see only the LoRAs that are in that folder. So let me select that Pixaroma first, since we can see the differences better. I will add the trigger word for that LoRA here, and then for the prompt, I will add portrait of a woman in a pink t-shirt. Then I can run the workflow, and let me see what we got. And I got a woman, but she does not look like my Pixaroma. So what is wrong? If I add a photo from the training to compare it, you can see it is different. That happens because the Fall AI website only made it compatible with their website, not with ComfyUI. So the fix is simple. In fact, I built a quick node with Claude to fix that problem. Search for Krea LoRA Converter Pixaroma and add it anywhere on the canvas. You do not need to connect it to anything. Just select it, and you can see some info here. It says the selected LoRA is already compatible. So let me go to the Krea 2 folder and select that Pixagirl LoRA, and you can see now the text is green, and it recognized that the LoRA comes from the Fall AI website. If I select a different one, you can see it cannot convert it. So this node only works for Krea 2 LoRas from the Fall AI website. You can also add a different name for the LoRA here, so you can decide how it will be saved, but if you leave it blank, it will just add ComfyUI to the LoRA name so you know that one is the ComfyUI compatible LoRA. Then you click Convert, and it should be quite fast. In about 2 seconds, you have a working LoRA. After that, you can remove that node. Now if I go and search for that LoRA, you can see it is here in the list with ComfyUI in the name, so I select that one. And let me run it again to see if it looks like it should. And the result is this one. So now it is much more similar to the training images. So let me change a few things in the prompt and put her in a forest. And you can see she has the same hairstyle and color, the same look, so Krea 2 LoRa's are quite good. Let me try another one in a different outfit and maybe holding a sign. And look at that, it can do pretty much anything. And I can run it a few times, and you can see it keeps the face consistent. Even if it is not perfect, you can try a few seeds to get a perfect one. I can probably change the hair to pink and add some glasses, and I get something like this. And depending on the images you had in training, I had only photos, but I can probably change some styles if it is not overtrained, like I did here with a watercolor painting of that woman. If you train your own LoRA, just add the trigger words here so they are in the final prompt. And I can remove some of the nodes, and let me show you how you can test the LoRA at different strengths. After the VAE decode, I will add an XY plot Pixaroma node. Then for the X value, I search for LoRA, and I select this LoRA strength. Then I want to put my values, so I select List, and I put 0 first so I can see how it looks without any LoRA power. Then I add 0.2, then 0.5, maybe 1 at 0.75, and 1 at the full strength of 1, and a few more to see what happens if the strength is too high. Then for settings, you can choose full size or around 8K from here. So when I run this, it will look at that single LoRA in the Power LoRA node, and it will run the current workflow 7 times, once for each value. You can see it says 7 images here. So let me run it, and you will see it will run that workflow one at a time until it completes. So I will let it finish, and now I can open the image, and let me check how the LoRA strength influences the results. You can see that the first 3 generations do not look like Pixagirl at all, but starting from 0.75 and at 1, it looks like it should. If you overtrain a LoRA or do not train it enough, sometimes you can still use that LoRA by changing the strength. But with the settings I used, I think I got good results and a flexible LoRA. If the strength is too high, you can see that the training images were photos, so the watercolor style does not have enough influence anymore. So clearly, for this LoRA, a value of 1 works best. Now you know how to test it, and I hope that helps. Let me add a preview here again so I can test the style LoRA I created at the beginning of the video. I will select the QuestPaint 2.6 LoRA, and then for the trigger word, I will add the words I used during training. For the prompt, let me test it with something simple, like a hammer. I will also use a fixed seed so you can clearly see the difference. I will run the workflow, and you can see that the result looks something like this. It is some kind of painting, but it is not the style I trained. So I need to fix it quickly. I add the Krea LoRA converter, select that Krea 2 LoRA, and you can see that it recognizes it as a Fall AI LoRA because the text is green. For the name, I will give it something different so I can easily find it in the list, but you do not have to enter anything here. Then I can convert it. I fixed it all in a few seconds. Now I can select that newly converted LoRA from the list, and then I can run the workflow to see the difference. Since the seed is fixed, you should see the actual effect of the LoRA on the same prompt. And look at that. That is the style I was after. Way better. Nice painted texture and detail, perfect for games. But let me try something more complex now, like maybe a wallpaper with a warrior woman. For the ratio, I will choose a landscape one. And maybe I will make it full HD even if it takes longer to generate. And let me see what we get. That looks great, do not you think? I really like this painting style. Let me see what happens if I make some changes to the prompt and turn her into a gnome. And look how it got transformed. So I hope you liked the LoRA, and what you learned here will help you so you can now train your own styles and get the results you want. I also wanted to do a LoRA for my bunny character, so I added 17 images from a few of the bunnies I used for my previous YouTube covers, and I usually make them on a black background for my covers. For the trigger word, I will use Pixabunny26, and for steps, 1000, with the highest resolution available. I also changed the learning rate. I will just copy the value from the text file, paste it here, and now I can start the training. After 8 minutes, the LoRA is ready. I click on Show Files, then I download it. I look for the LoRa's folder and place it in the Krea 2 folder. I forgot to rename it, so I will rename it now in that folder. Press the R key to refresh the node definition, and I will test it first as it is to see that it does not work. I use the right trigger words and prompt, and the result is a bunny, but not my bunny. So I add the Krea LoRA converter node, select the LoRA, and convert it really quickly. Now I can select the one with ComfyUI in the name, run the workflow with the same seed and prompt, and now it does look like my bunny. So yeah, it seems to work with cartoon characters as well. Let me change a few things in the prompt to see how it reacts, and everything works okay. Let me see if I can change the suit to look like Batman maybe, and that looks okay. It got the suit and kept the face. I had to remove the black background from the prompt so it could show the city there. Also, a quick update on Pixaroma nodes. Now, if you click on Run Timer, you have a mute button in the Run Timer settings. You also have a Run Timer history, so you can check which workflows you ran and how much time each workflow took to generate. This is useful when you want to compare speeds. It can keep the last 10 generations, and you can also export all the values as a TXT file. For testing many prompts, you can generate a list with ChatGPT, like I did here with 20 prompts, and use the Prompt Pack Pixaroma node. Connect it here so all the prompts still have the LoRA trigger word in place. This will run the workflow once for each prompt, so 20 runs in total in my case. Just like the runtimer has a history section, I also added the same option to the seed node. Now you can see the 10 most recent seeds you used, and you can click the Use button to use that seed again or export all the seeds as a text file.
LoRA training all day, not chasing muscle, just consistency. Consistency and style. That's enough for today. Thanks, legends, and everyone who joined the membership. Legends. Hope you liked the video and picked up something new. Drop a like in the comment to feed the YouTube algorithm. Have a good day.